All right, this episode we're joined by KayLee Gasque of the class of 2022. Kaylee, how are we?
Good.
Good. Well, thank you for joining me today. Just have a few questions about your early college experience. I think you got a valuable story and some really good
Yeah.
insight, so we'll get into it. All right, so you are, think back to like middle school, and you're out in Aner, right?
hmm
Why,
Yes, sir.
why would you want to come to early college?
Because I wanted that experience of going ahead and getting college classes because I wanted to go for veterinary school.
Okay. So good choice. We're glad you made it. You make that decision. You come to early college, you get to Bridge Week, sort of. Did you have Bridge Week?
Yeah.
Was it the full week or was it just the day?
No, it was the full week.
Full week. So you were the year before
hmm
that year. Very good. You get into freshman year, is it as hard as you thought it'd be?
I mean, I knew it was going to be challenging, but I was prepared for it. I was excited for it more than anything.
How important do you think it is just to be enthusiastic about the process?
I mean, to be enthusiastic about it is to be so happy for it, and it puts a different motivation in you than just going in knowing that you're going to have a lot of hard work to do.
Yeah, it's kind of this mind over matter idea, right?
hmm
And that enthusiasm, that desire, can help encourage us to do a lot of really big things. Uh, and so you get through freshman year, you get into sophomore year, you start taking classes at Tech. Were they rigorous? Were they what you thought they'd be?
They were definitely some challenging classes, but you meet a lot of great people, and the professors work with you more than what some people think that they would.
Just talk more about those relationships in terms of like classmates and that professor, the teacher relationships. Uh, how does that help facilitate making it maybe a little bit easier?
So you're able to talk to them and tell them what you have going on, and they work with you through challenges that you may have. Because, like, for example, I had family pass away while I was in school, and it was hard for me, but they worked with me around that stuff to make it work like I needed. And my grandpa was going through cancer at the time, and they worked with me knowing that I had those struggles, but I felt like I could talk to them and they were open to it. And the connections that you made with classmates, you could go over to their houses and hang out and do homework and schoolwork, and then you get another connection through other people.
Relationships always going to be critical. Meeting people, meeting the right people at the right time, that kind of stuff. All right. So, are you focused on Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, a certificate program? What's your focus with tech?
I did the Associates of Arts.
Okay. All right. So, you get into senior year, and the 2022 class is kind of a strange one, right? Because you did the COVID thing for the back half of your experience. What was it like trying to finish up those high school classes and then having a whole year of uh, tech COVID classes?
It was weird because you got so used to having that one-on-one interaction in class, and you couldn't really do that online. So it made some things challenging, but if you contacted the teachers, they'd work with you to set up meetings to help you understand things that you didn't. But it
Communi-
definitely wasn't the same.
So communication was critical.
Yes.
All right. You're also part of the same class that tried to relaunch early college at the end. Uh, what was it like trying to get things like Key Club and National Honor Society and that kind of stuff going forward?
It was a great experience. I loved it. I love being in it. I love being a part of it. It gave you different opportunities, and it helped you open up as a person and find who you really are.
Cool. Did you graduate from Tech?
Yes, sir.
What's it like to graduate from Tech before earning your high school diploma?
It's exciting. a proud moment to be able to say, I did that. I worked that hard to do that. And I made it through. Even though, like, especially for me, like, I had so many struggles going through it. But I could look back and say, I did that. Even with those struggles that I had, I did that.
Not a lot of people can say it. What advice do you give the eighth grader who has received their letter of acceptance to early college, but maybe he's still on the fence? You know, they're maybe from small town Aner or Loris or Green Sea. What advice do you give them? Again, they've gotten in, they're just kind of reluctant. They're a little anxious about taking the leap. What advice do you give that eighth grader?
I was worried myself for going into it because I knew I was from the small town of Aner and that most of the population was going to be from the Conway, Myrtle Beach places. And I was scared that I wasn't going to make good connections with people because I'm the country girl, I'm not the city girl. But I'm glad I did it because you get those new people, you see that new experience, and you just have to keep your mind open and think positive for what's to come.
What advice do you give the senior who's finishing up here in about a month? Yeah, you heard that
Don't be
right. They're finishing up in a month.
not to be worried about the future. My future didn't plan out like I thought it was going to be because I went to Lander. I was ended up only being there for a semester because I had family members that got sick. But things happen for a reason and they work out like they should.
Just got to stay the course, keep moving it forward. Love it. Good advice. Which advisory were you in?
Miss Farmers,
Miss Farmers. What is it about Miss Farmer's advisory that really makes it special?
the family, it felt like true family.
What are some of the things y'all did?
We did a lot of movie days. We got snacks, we did crafts. We did basically whatever the group decided to do to make it feel wholesome and joined together.
Love it. It's what advisory is supposed to be. All right, KayLee Gasque, thank you for joining me today. If you'll hang on the line for 2 seconds afterwards, got a non recorded interview question for you. Uh,
Okay.
but thank you for joining me. Class of
Yes, sir.
2022.